Today let's go over Star Wars Episode 9, the final film of the sequel trilogy. This is Mike Zero here. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now today I wanted to go into a big subject involving Rey and a new lightsaber for the character in Episode 9. Now this is a big thing that a lot of you guys have been asking me to talk about on Facebook, Twitter, you name it, and here I am. I wanted to talk about this deeply because this all has to do with Rey's new lightsaber in Star Wars Episode 9, and clearly she will have a new one in some way, shape, or form, whether it's fixing the Skywalker lightsaber and somehow, bonding it back together, or using her staff as a way of developing a brand new double-bladed lightsaber, and we can move on from that point. But the thing that I really want to focus on today is what really happens with the Skywalker lightsaber if Rey just gets a completely, brand new lightsaber in Star Wars Episode 9 that has no relation to the Skywalker lightsaber. If she does indeed get a complete new one that has nothing to do with anything, what happens to the Skywalker lightsaber? Does it remain being split in two? What happens with it? Well, this is the thing. If you look at Episode 8, The Last Jedi, at the very end of the movie, Rey is holding the two halves of Luke's lightsaber. You can see the kyber crystal is indeed intact. It is not damaged. And I find it funny how the camera just, zoomed right in on that and stayed on it for a couple of good seconds there, letting us fans know that that lightsaber could quite possibly be repaired, or even the kyber crystal itself can be extracted and implanted into another device that could, ignite it if made properly, which could very well be Rey's staff. Now, the thing here is, I know that in The Last Jedi, a lot of people felt very, very, torn when they saw and witnessed the destruction of the Skywalker lightsaber. Again, this is a very iconic weapon in the Star Wars franchise. In fact, it's one of the biggest iconic pieces in pop culture when it comes to, weapons such as a lightsaber. And when we're looking at the Skywalker lightsaber, the fact that it's now split in two, leading into Episode 9, because if you guys go ahead and read the Poe Dameron comic books, you can actually tell that she's not repairing it at that point in time just yet. She's actually studying the ancient Jedi texts, which leads me to believe that there could very well be some guidance in there onto how to develop a lightsaber. Now, I think that this all has to do with her staff. We could see a primitive form of a lightsaber in Episode 9. But this is the big debate, though, when it comes to a new lightsaber for Rey. If they do decide to give Rey a brand new one, and I don't even know how she would even be able to develop it on herself, if she has no guidance by Luke Skywalker, or if there's no instructions in a book, or, how would you even find the material, right? We do know that Luke Skywalker, at least, I believe this is canon, he went over to Tatooine, he went into Obi-Wan Kenobi's hut, and he gathered all of the pieces that he needed into constructing a new lightsaber. He also learned about it through Obi-Wan's journal, etc. So the resources were there. As far as Rey goes, exactly how is she going to actually be able to build herself her very own lightsaber? Now, do I think that this would be a fresh new addition in Episode 9 to really stir things up and make things a little bit different and make it a little bit, approachable in a sense? I think it would be better in a sense if Rey were to get a new lightsaber, as long as it actually makes sense, where you're not just entering into this movie and boom, Rey has a new lightsaber. I think that would be a little cheap. I think that if she does get a new lightsaber, there has to be specific instructions on how to do so from a certain source, like the Jedi books, or Force Ghost Luke Skywalker telling her the way, and that could be a part of her journey, before she faces Kylo Ren again. If she does end up fixing the Skywalker lightsaber, and that would be considered, a new modified version of the Skywalker lightsaber, if she repairs it, I want to see that on screen. I don't want to just see it pop up in the movie, leaving us wondering, by J.J. Abrams, how did Rey repair it. And I feel like that if you look at The Force Awakens, you know, leading into The Last Jedi, I hope that we don't get the same exact, you know, things happening again, where a lot of the questions remain unanswered. In Episode 9, if the Skywalker lightsaber is repaired, I want to actually see how she repairs it and exactly, you know, how she learned to repair such a lightsaber. And the other thing is, if she does get a brand new one, I want to also see how she builds her own lightsaber. I just don't want to go into this movie just seeing a new lightsaber for Rey. And this is a big discussion between a lot of Star Wars fans right now around the world. So I would love to hear your input about all of this below in the comments section. Which one would you rather? Rey have a completely brand new lightsaber that has nothing to do with, you know, a design that we are familiar with, such as her using her staff and converting that into one? Or would you guys rather Luke and Anakin's lightsaber being repaired and having some minor appearance, you know, changes? Drop a comment below, let me know what you think about that, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.